Okay, so now we're logged in and we have our class in our courses. So now that we can do that, we can actually start providing some reflections. So let's click on the course, and you can see that we have this screen here. And we can see that we're on the lectures portion of the prompt. And the lectures that we want to provide reflections for are located here under this tab. You can see all the lectures listed and also the names and the dates of the specific lecture. And if you don't like the list version of this, you can always just click on the top right here and change to grid view. And change it back if you'd like. Now, to put in a reflection, we need to go to the tab for Open for Reflection. And we can see that we have one lecture that is open for us to provide a reflection on. So let's go ahead and click on that. And so we are given this prompt here. Sometimes you'll be given open-ended statements, sometimes you'll be given multiple choice questions or multiple choice statements. So just make sure that you're paying attention. So this asks us to describe what was confusing or needed more details in the class today. Now, there will be some scaffolding statements when you are writing your reflections, and you will also see that there will be bars of red, orange, blue, and green colors. The color of the bar changes as your reflection becomes more detailed or specific. Based on our prior research, we found that generating more specific reflections helps students monitor their understanding in a more efficient way. Therefore, we are encouraging students to generate more detailed reflections. Let's try to make a few example reflections. So, I'm going to type in first metallic bonding. And we can see here that a red bar appears. That means I need to add a little bit more detail. So let's try metallic bonding was confusing. Okay, so now I have a blue bar. That's pretty good, but let's see if we can make it even more detailed. Because I didn't understand the relationship between pressure and metallic bonding. And we can see here, oh, not bonding, sorry, I meant radius. But now that we have that in our prompt, we can see that we now have a green bar that shows up. And that's a sign that the reflection is very specific. So once you've created it, press done, and then you can click next. And now we see here one of our multiple choice options. This one is asking how confusing, referring to what we just wrote in the previous screen. There are 5 options to choose from, and you can pick the one that best captures the way that you felt about the specific topic. So I'm going to click mostly for myself. Clicking on next, we see another reflection prompt. This one is on what's interesting in class. So we can make it a specific reflection prompt here. So I'm going to type in, just as an example again, I like how the professor explained and showed the role of the valence electrons on an atom's bonding behavior. And again, we see the green bar form. Once I'm done with the reflection, again, I'll click done and click next. And once I'm finished with the prompt, I see a set of multiple responses that I can choose from. So I'm going to pick completely, and I can choose either to save the draft, so this will make it so that I do not submit it immediately, so I could go back to it if I want, or I can click submit. Now I'm going to click submit because I liked my responses and I think that I did a good job with this. So I submit, and I get the following pop-up. So some other things to note. After a certain time interval, typically 12 hours after the lecture, CourseMIRROR generates reflection summaries by using all the individual student reflections submitted for a specific lecture. You can read the summaries for a certain lecture by clicking on the lecture in the Lectures tab. So you can see here some of the responses. And you can see that it's for both what was confusing and what was most interesting. Please note that you cannot read the summaries or write reflections for upcoming lectures, though. Lectures will be available to write reflections based on the course schedule. And that's everything about the CourseMIRROR app and how you can use it to write reflections for your lectures. I hope that this has been useful for you and that you can use this tool to help you navigate your course and your learning. This has been Alex from Purdue University. Take care now.